Hey folks, this is Noble Rambler and welcome to another episode of Let's Play Banished. We're using Colonial Charter's mod version 1.6 in our town of Noble Landing, and got some sad news to report this time. Loris the dock worker and Gahardi the weaver have died. Anyway, how are we doing here? Let's see, what's our population like nowadays? Oh, we're already up here, okay. 111. We're not gaining a whole lot, are we? Last time I think it was 110 when we started. We were doing a lot of renovating, if I recall. A lot of our dock shanties are now dock houses, and so we haven't really gained in housing as much as we've just gained in the ability to have more people in the same house. See, we can get up to 5 in these things now. And they're warmer, so they take less firewood, or fire bundles, whatever they happen to be using. Had a few of them out over here that have been renovated, and a few more to go. Though the renovations take a lot of logs. So logs really are an issue that we need to deal with this episode. Last episode we dealt with reeds. We were hurting here. Added these guys in. And we are now up to 2,000 to the good. So I'd say our reed problem is over, at least for now. And let's get ropes going again. Now that we've got the ability to, although it's going to hurt our laborers, huh? Well, turn you on right there. Where can we grab some labor? Again, here at the beginning of the town, you know, still we're only 30 years into this series, so you know, I don't run it at 10 speed, so we actually get a lot accomplished in a very short amount of actual time, you know, game time. Where's coal? Coal is there. There's only one person in the coal mine. Ah, stone mine. Or stone? Yeah. 3 of 3. Let's do that. Take 2 of you guys out. Just run 1. We'll gather most of our stone from the grounds out over here. Let's get the game going. And, oh, that's right. One interesting comment from last time. Something that I didn't even realize. Last episode, right around the 45-minute mark, Natalia Moray, if I pronounced that correctly, left me a note saying, "You realize you had nomads?" And I didn't. I remember working through the reed problem and hearing the blump, 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 blump noises and just ignoring it because we hear it all the time. We're always low on logs or something. And so finally when I was done, I said, "So what was that noise?" And I looked over and I found a trader, and I figured that was it. Turns out the noise was also at the same time nomads. So we missed our first wave of nomads. Nobody there right now. But we do have plenty of reeds. And how else are we doing? We're building a lot of country houses through here, which are using homewares, building supplies, and lumber. So building supplies were good. Homewares, there's an H here somewhere. 43, we're good. Lumber, right there, 880. So we're fine on those. So no problem there, but ropes I think we're getting kind of low on. So if we do any more renovating, we do want to get that rope dock workshop going again. So 4 workers available, laborers available. Farms have harvested and they're being brought in. Running at 2 speed right now, I believe. Yeah, and that's fine. We'll leave it at that for the moment because we're always short on logs. And I could buy logs. In fact, I got a comment last time that I had forgotten to, let's see, this one. When I went to order logs, purchase logs, I forgot to take it off of the never choice. So I'm going to go ahead and turn this back to 0. We have got logs all over the place. What am I doing buying them? So I'm going to find another way to get our logs for basically free. I'm going to think about that. One thing I was wondering about is the Forester Lodge. This one brings in early winter, roughly 200 a season. This one, if I remember from last time or the time before, it's less. This area is not as efficient. 160, and something went wrong over here. I don't know what's up there. Wonder where they're living at. Where's that? There. Oh, you're right there. Huh. Anyway, what I'm wondering about, I was going through some of my old comments while I've in between episodes, just kind of reminiscing, looking through things, and came across a conversation about having a second forester in that would maintain the density of the forest rather than cutting as they're planting. In other words, keep it always to a positive on the planting part. If we had another forester in here set to plant only, would that keep this thing maximum density, or as close as possible? More so than having the same two that are doing the cutting as doing the planting. That's an experiment I kind of want to play with. Either that or putting in another forest node, which has the problem of a long distance of walking. That's an issue there to deal with. I wish one of these lakes wasn't here. Now, I could kind of cheat the system and raise all this land and put a forest in there, but I really don't want to do that. I want to work with the land that I've got. What is your sphere of influence? We got most of this. And yours, most of this. So adding another one that grabs a little bit of this probably isn't going to do that great of a job. What if we grab this area? What's going on over here now? Farming's out over here. This isn't going to be a full forestry node, but I bet you it would top us off. And it's so close enough to do us some good. You know, I'm kind of liking that. Let's do that this episode. Last episode was the reed problem. Let's make this one a solution for the logs. What we got going on here? Trade pewter, gold, hardwood, and clay. Pewter, gold, hardwood, and clay. Hardwood for 4 would allow us to make hardwood furniture without having to have a hardwood forest nearby. That's an interesting idea. The hardwood furniture sells for a lot, and it'll give us a leg up on the ability to make fancy homewares a little bit sooner. Kind of like that. Let's do that. Let's buy all 166 of those. And clay, let's park you over here, and where are you? Right here. What are we doing on clay? 2,300, we're fine. Not using it as fast as we're making it, or we bought a whole bunch a couple episodes ago, one or the other. So we'll leave the clay alone. Gold and pewter we don't need, so let's do that. Need 664. Food is doing great. In the 30,000 range. We're in the 20,000 range only a couple episodes ago. So we could sell off any foods that are worth more than 1. We could sell off survival coats. We're doing great in those too. Let's go that route. So these count up by 20s. There we go. So one more of those. 64. 2 more of these. And something worth 4. One of you are worth 4. That's convenient. Alright, so 3, 6... No, I missed something there. How'd that happen? Okay, we'll do 2 more. There we go. Trade and dismiss. You're done. I got a second one. Where are you? Right there. Lakehorns. We are doing fine on chickens. In fact, kind of want to turn on more chickens. Let's dismiss you. And did we ever get down to here? We didn't. Alright, let's get a second one of you guys going. Let's turn you on and stick you over there. Where are our builders working right now? Is it obvious? Well, one obvious is the chicken breeder is turned on because these have been here the longest, so they suddenly jump to the front of the queue. But beyond that, I'm trying to think of what we were doing. We were renovating. And I bet you there's a renovation or 2 that have not been... okay, you just got done. Seems like there's one over here somewhere, right there. Yeah, you're being worked on. Not at the moment, though, but we'll keep that out there to remind us on that one. Smokehouse just got done. And something I did notice between episodes is that one of the markets turned on and it stole a dock worker or a vendor. It was this one. We burnt this one out, had a fire over here. So this one rebuilt and it stole this vendor over here. So let's turn this one back on. Why didn't that work? There, no. Really? We have 4 markets? 1, 2, 3. So what am I missing? You are using 2. Ah, there we go. That makes sense. Okay. So that one is done. What were you? You were the homewares. Now which one are we ahead on right now? We're using the same worker to go back and forth between homewares and building supplies. 37 homewares. You were right there. Something just changed. 46. So we want building supplies to be working right now, and that's what's being done right now. Building supplies there. Homeware. Oh, homewares isn't happening because we're lacking something. Okay. And it seems like it was furniture last time that was lacking when we saw this. Let's turn building supplies on and turn you off. Same employee will move over there. They're both the packer, I think, is the what that symbol represents. But furniture. Never really resolved this last time. The joiner makes the furniture out of logs. And it was a log delivery problem doing that. There's a tactic that I had used. I don't know if I've used it on this map. I think where I'm at. That is the smithy. Logs were already close by, that's why I didn't use it. Okay. When your blacksmith or smithy is far away from supplies, you can put in one of these, let's see, market, these carts over here. The wood cart and the iron cart next to your blacksmith. And there'll be a vendor in each one. They'll go off and grab logs, bring it over here, and your blacksmith just walks over to the cart and grabs the logs and the iron. So we could do something like that to make sure that this joiner's always got enough logs to be able to do his job. We've got logs stored right over there, and there just aren't enough to keep anything in storage. That's the problem there. So having a cart over here bringing it in for the joiner's probably not going to help us much. Although it might help if we turn this into a forest node, it might help grab it out of here and get it out into the town. Ooh, that's interesting. Let's do that. Hey, we got some students came out of the school. That's the parish house? Where's the school? School's right there. 18 members. Okay. We had iron is low. Well, actually, iron just got back up again. We had a maxed out school at one point, so we put these guys in to work on. They're buried in here somewhere. The church and the one-room schoolhouse, which we're going to upgrade as soon as it happens, I assume. Don't think it takes fancy homewares. I think it just takes building supplies. So we'll get that one to its maximum size. Once that happens, then we'll start using this one for any overflow coming out of here. But I feel like I was in the middle of something. We were talking about that. Before that, we were talking about the log problem over here. That one? Yeah. So let's go ahead and put that guy there, and then let's get to working on a forest node over here. We have enough labor, is what I was about to say, to handle it now. Let's go ahead and do that. In fact, we have enough labor to get the smokehouse going, too. So, 111 logs. Yeah. Do we want to use our laborers to strip some forest somewhere, or do we want them into some of the jobs? Let's go ahead and get the smokehouse going. He's turned on. Turn on a laborer. There we go. That is going to take fish, right? Smoked fish. Ah, there we go. Fish, logs, and barrels. Ah, another draw on the logs. Okay. So another reason why, in fact, we'll just turn him right back off again. That's not going to work. But we'll leave that up there. So we need barrels. But another reason why we need another forest node. So we need barrels, and we need a forester. The smokehouse is over here. Logs can come out of here. So it makes sense that the barrel maker? Okay, what's the official word for that one? Barrels, probably in here, there? Cooper. Yeah, makes barrels, crates, and casks. So the cooper should probably be in this area. I like that. In fact, I'm thinking just like that. Cooper. And click, click, click. There you are. So Cooper, we also want to keep an eye on. But that's going to be at the very bottom of the building queue, so we're not going to worry about him for a while. But let's put a forest node in here and get this going. How do we get to there? We have a bridge already in place here. That was put in for another reason, and then we didn't use it. So it's been kind of a waste of supplies up until now. Now we need it. Can I get a pathway along? Well, we don't really need to keep that anymore. Now, let's see. Will a pathway move along there? Let's go straight to a stone pathway. Let's go Key Road. For the speed of getting the logs from way up there into the community. We'll do that. And we'll leave this one dirt for now just because it'll match. There we go. Can I get another way in? I can. What was that? There we go. I want to try to pay attention to these noises in case nomads come back. Beans, beetroot, peach, pumpkin, sorghum. Nothing is flagging my memory right now as from earlier saying, let's remember the next time that comes in to grab it. So there was one thing that we wanted. What was that? Not one of these, but seems like there was something to put into one of the plantations that was important besides cotton. Well, it'll come to me. Question mark. Still 6 laborers. Let's get this guy going. He's over here somewhere. There you are. Turn that one on, and we're good. How's this other one doing? Bringing in 180 eggs, 12 chickens, and lots of feathers. Good. How are we doing on feathers for our survival code industry? I haven't checked on feathers for quite a while. We had a lot last time. Feathers. Whoa, we have dropped down considerably. Okay, so... or maybe I'm remembering that wrong. Maybe we didn't have a lot last time, because we did lose all of our chickens a while back. So that's really going to put a kill off our survival code industry if we don't have them. So would it be smart to get this guy going as well then? Just to ensure that this industry is going, because we're using it as one of our major trade items. Probably would be a smart idea. Okay, you're in there. So the dock house got done. Which one were you? Okay, that one, I think it was right here. Yeah, that one. Good. And they are definitely within childbearing years, so we'll get some get a family out of them. That's good news. What else is left waiting to be done? All of these are in. One thing I did notice, we still have these guys to do. It's going to kill us to take all of our labor away. Let's just do 2 of these. We'll do that. Tiny shacks down there. Renovate 2 at a time so we can get larger families into this area. Iron is low. 100 is our trigger point on the noise because we're set at... what? Let's see. Iron comes out of this little guy, right? Iron limit of 2,000. So that's why that keeps making a noise. Forest node. Let's try to get that accomplished. Exactly where? Down low or up above? Let's see how this fits. That is there. He's not going to fit very well no matter what. But that looks pretty good right there. We'll catch most of this lower end and off to the right side over there. In fact, that almost lines up with the road, doesn't it? Let's throw that road in all the way. We'll put in, just for appearance sake, the country road from here on out. On up into there. And we'll stop at the shore. We'll come back a couple. Alright, so let's put the Forester Lodge. How far down? We're doing up above there. Higher up we go, really the more trees we get into it. We're cutting out a lake up there. You know, it's probably a wash. We're taking away lake there, but we're adding river here. This probably works out to pretty close to the same. So if that's the case, the closer we are to town, the shorter the pathway. So we'll go with that reasoning. Another chicken dock breeder in, so let's... Whoa, 8 laborers. Oh, wow. Work, and that one is done. Boy, it's like Christmas time. When you're used to having 2 laborers and 2 builders. In fact, let's kick another builder in there. 7 or 8 laborers is huge. So this area needs to be done. What are we actually working on right now? These will be one of the last ones. We are kind of floating around in these houses. Central Market, no. Not actually seeing any labor up in this area right here on these guys. Huh. Let's see here. That was a death. Wow. Otelian the dock worker drowned. What am I missing here? Dock worker drowned. Dock worker was replaced by. So what is this? Because it was a drowning? Don't know. I don't have deaths triggered, so it usually only happens if it's a laborer so that no one's replacing them. But... oh. 2 have drowned and none have replaced. Why is that? Why are they not automatically replacing? Or being replaced by a laborer? Okay, dock worker. 23 of 23, they were replaced. Oh, I'm reading that wrong. I'm reading that wrong. Thurston has replaced. I thought it was 2 different dock workers. Otelian and Thurston. But really, Otelian died and Thurston replaced. So I wonder why that came up there. I only see that come up when a laborer died and nobody replaced them. Because laborers aren't replaced, they are the replacements. That was odd. Okay, so we are starting to lose iron. We really are. Why is that? That's something that needs to be investigated. You are making 86 a year. I don't know how many pieces of iron are used to make 72 steel tools a year. What else uses iron? Can't think of anything. We've hit a limit out here. And that is a materials limit? Materials, yeah. And we have lots of material storage. Yeah, plenty. Let's take materials up to like 10,000. What do we got here? Delete 10. Alright, that shouldn't be a problem anymore. Any other limits I don't know about? We're good there. Not seeing anything that... Although, what is the stored luxuries limit? Let's pull the limits up here for a moment. That's right there? Yeah. 5,000. Okay, clothes. Health, 1,000. We're at 3. Food, 50,000. Tools and dry goods are fine. Let's kick the dry goods up as well. Fuel, 1,000. We had done that so that we could get back our labor for other purposes, but I think we're going to be seeing a little bit easing up on our labor limit here soon. We've been almost maxed out in our schools for quite some time now. So let's go ahead and at least double that. Let's make that at 2,000 now. Stone is fine. Logs at 300. There's probably no reason to put a limit on logs. We'll take any amount of logs we can find. So at least 1,000 on logs. Okay. So we did put this in. We talked about it. We did put it in. He's right there. And let's go ahead and prioritize that one. Let's make that one happen. Cooper is in. Okay. Logs. Let's go ahead and do that. Let's see that happening. And you already have 1 of 2, so you are the same as the sawmill, right? And the... No, that's not it. What are you? Sawmill is there, that's an axe. The wood chopper, or wood cutter, is an axe. So what is that guy? He's the same as furniture? Joiner? Where's joiner? Yep, same as the joiner. and our joiner moved over to take that job. That's what happens. If we do this, we will satisfy both. Once we turn this down to 1, we'll satisfy both. There we go. Okay. And you are going to be making us, I believe it was barrels? What did you need? You're over here. You need barrels. So, barrels, logs, and fish. And you are going to be making our barrels. Great. That is done. We'll still wait a little while for some barrels to actually get into the system. But let's put this over here as a reminder that that does need to be done. Who's being worked on right now? Central Market's being worked on. Good. One-room schoolhouse is next. Yeah. Market is probably one of the last things you really need done. Let's get some houses over here first. Let's pause that. We're still waiting for stone. Still waiting for everything, aren't we? So the builders are waiting for supplies to arrive. Let's pause you. That means you guys are going to jump into what? I'm thinking houses. There you are. Start building these houses. I was going to say, should we pause half of them? No. We've got plenty of food. Let's get this going. Alright, so let's get as many houses going as we can. Just pile these guys in here as a reminder that these are being done. As they get done, we'll notice them pop up. Iron was what we were working on before. How are we doing on iron ore? Let's work our way through the chain of production there. Iron ore. Iron tools, iron ore, still 163. It's not a lot, but it's not 0. So that's not an issue. So what is the issue? Blacksmiths, we only have one person, so we've not increased labor, so they're not using it any faster. So I believe I was asking myself, is there any other use for iron to explain why iron is suddenly being used faster than it's being made? I can't think of anything. Let's kind of look through the buildings here. Nothing in there uses iron. You are a distillery. Another merchant just arrived. You are a warehouse. Iron is being used there. Otherwise, clay and logs are what's being used everywhere else, except for, what, this guy? No. Where's our glassworks? There you are. You're using sand. You're all using furnace fuel, so we've got to maintain that. I can't think of any other use for iron. So maybe we had a surplus of iron. We had turned off our tool maker or something, and it built up. And now it's very slowly been dwindling, and we're finally noticing that it's been dwindling. So what do we do about that? We can only get one employee into our small iron smelter. So we either pop a forge in so we can get it being made at a faster rate with more employees, or we pop another small iron smelter in. What's the forge take? And while we're thinking about that, let's see what this guy wants to trade us. Coal. Don't believe we need it. You're here somewhere. There you are. 432. That seems like a good number for what we're doing. Bulk components, pewter, hardwood. Let's do that again. We'll do that. And tools. We're fine. Okay. So hardwood. Let's go ahead and stockpile that. We're not producing it right now, but we could use it later when we do start making fancy furniture. In fact, I believe we can just, everything's going to stay, we can just go to our joiner when we want to and just switch them over to fancy furniture for a while. Yeah. So by that, with survival codes, I see this particular vendor, wow, Lecilo? Yeah. The hauler doesn't buy food, so that's why you've got to have a little bit of some diversity in your trader. Because sometimes you get somebody who doesn't buy using a certain kind of, he doesn't buy rice or any of these things, so we can't use any of those to trade with. So we do want to have some other things in here, like lumber. I'll have them into the trader, not to use on a regular basis, but it's nice to have it there just in case it's when I need to finish off a purchase. If a seed comes in for 4,000 and I don't have enough survival codes to finish it, or what have you. So let's do this with survival codes, and I'm thinking 44, and need 4 more. We'll do 1 lumber. And that does it just fine. Trade and dismiss you. Okay. So, don't need that anymore. That's waiting for just a little bit longer. I'm only running at 2-speed right now. So, it's going to take a little while to get to that. Yeah, just had another death. And it didn't trigger any pop-up warning over here. It's still strange that did that. Iron. That's right. What do we do? What does a forge require? Where is a forge? There? Yeah, one of these guys. Melting house. And speaking of melting house makes your silver finigs. Episode or two ago, I had forgotten that it wasn't the town hall that makes the silver finigs. It was the colonial, kind of the governor. What are you? No, here? The governor's office does. And we're not ready to make that yet. It takes the fancy building, fancy homewares, or whichever one that is. But we could make it out of the melting house if we wanted to. It'll make the gold gilder and the silver finigs. Don't think that we... Well, we could. It is another source of logs, too. Melting house... Oh, but we're going to need silver in order to melt down into them. Well, let's lay out the footprint. I'm thinking that's going to be an in-town thing. Where? It's a building that could be a buffer zone between the industrial kind of buildings and the residential buildings. So out in this area might work well, which means we probably need to throw a road or something in to kind of figure out where this is going to land. We're roading up here across the top of this. We'll definitely come off the bottom and maybe even do something out these middles. Let's throw a road in as kind of a placeholder down through here. Something like that. And we'll put that melting house in right there. You know, you can't... Oh, there it is. Red. Okay. Move it across straight. We'll go kind of out in that area. Just going to say, nah, let's not build it just yet, but just as a placeholder. No one's going to go over there and build it anyway. There aren't any houses nearby. But Lewis Brewer, I believe, threw that comment in a few days back as a reminder, because we were trying to get this guy to work, our logging barge, when I realized it needs silver finigs and don't have any. So that takes care of that problem, or at least will eventually. But priority right now would be to get these houses built first and get some laborers and builders living out here before they're even going to bother building anything out here. Otherwise, some of these projects could sit here for years and not be touched. Just locking up like we did the Central Market. You'll have 3 out of 5 builders sitting right there, and nothing will get built in the whole map because they won't want to make the trip out there, so they're then not building anything else we wanted them to build. So what else has been built lately? Anything else? No, they're just working on these houses over here. Okay. So we're still talking about the forge or the foundry. So the foundry creates iron from iron ore, also does tin, copper, bronze, pewter, and a bunch of other things. And the forge, pretty much the same description. So I believe one of them is water-based and one of them is land-based. So this guy's got a water wheel, and since we are kind of a water map, it makes sense to use that somewhere. Somewhere that's going to be close to the source of iron, which eventually is going to be probably out here, probably long before we ever get down to here. Though we do have this in between. So what else? What is actually nearby? We have this one here, as far as a traditional looking mine rather than an open pit mine like these would be. Any other mountains nearby? We've got this guy over here. That's doable. That's within range. And this one is actually going to have housing nearby soon. putting it like right here, or actually as far away as possible, right about there. That's too close to residential to put a mine in. The mine will give you a negative zone or sphere around it that people won't want to live nearby, so they'll have a constant unhappiness tick against them. This is available as well. We've got a forest node going up into here, so this is a possibility as well. Though of course it does make sense, just rather than adding more iron in just to get these guys up and going again. But I'm thinking about future wise, where do we want that forge to be pulling most of its supplies from? Now we could tap it right back into this system again. We do have lots of housing up here. Iron mine is this one. Nope, 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 nope. Stone and coal. Oh, we don't have an iron mine going. We've been relying on pulling iron out of the forests and out of, you know, right here. And we've got plenty of iron ore just yet. That's iron ore is not the issue. You know what? Didn't I prioritize that? I did. Interesting. Did I not? I sure thought I did. Okay, so prioritize that again. 2 of 2. Did I think I did that but didn't? I don't know. I have to go back and watch the video again, see what I didn't do. Okay, so yeah, we want that forester going, and we want. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I prioritized that. That's odd how that went away. I mean, these were queued up already, so it's not like they jumped ahead like the chicken breeders did. Huh. Okay. So anyway, that forge. If we have iron coming out of here. No, I don't want to take any more footprints out of this. Let's make use of all the logs we can. It doesn't make sense to put a forge which requires motion to turn the wheel on a lake, which has no motion other than just waves. It needs to be on the river. Like here. So if it's here, then our iron mine can go here. Right here. I like that one. Though we're on a diagonal. Well, let us do that. So you've got to reason my way through all of this. What makes sense? What would make sense back then? Foundry? Here. We can do it. Okay. Road. Road kind of dead ends right there. Can we road into this space? Or is that not available to us? We can. Let's see this over here. I see. So the road diagonals in, comes across like this. Just can't see it that well because of the snow. So we could shoot right on across into there. Okay. Let's do that. And let's find that again for a foundry. There we go. So foundry doesn't like that road I just put in. Err! Okay, try it again. Take out the road I just put in. Remove roads. Yeah. Put the foundry in first. Now we're happy. Now do we want a space in between? Probably. In fact, probably as much space as it'll let us. Though that's not really on the river, is it? I mean, it'll function game-wise, but aesthetically, it needs to be out here on the river. Right here. That would make sense. What do you think? That's closer. Closer to what would be the flow moving through this area. I like that better. Okay. We've increased quite a bit of distance. Stone, we're fine. I'm going to stone road. I'm going to keystone road from there. Let's see, what does this create on its own? To something like that. make the transition somewhere around there, from a stone road into a country road. Just kind of blend it into the trees where we don't notice that it changes, but it will allow a better walking speed for the people that are going the next leg out there to the foundry. Yeah, wintertime you cannot see these roads. I'll have to wait for that to build or for winter to get done. We're still running at 2? We are. I think we've got enough done to go ahead and kick that speed up. Alright, this can be turned on, I'd say. Well, let's verify that. We do have some barrels in now, right? 14, yep. And we got a house done, good. So let's get this working, turn 1 employee on in there, get the smokehouse going, which I'm assuming will take the fish that we've got and turn it into more food than is made. At least that's the pattern that the tinneries gave, and I believe the cannery, or they call it a cannery? They're the preservist. So I believe that those will, you know, the idea is that because they were preserved, less food spoiled. So it gives you a little bonus to food. So it's always best to put in these next level food processors. So they'll give you a little bonus in food there. Trader moved in, or came in, merchant. More hardwood, but no logs. Interesting. Logs are recovering on their own. Iron ore, I'm going to do that this time. So 83 of you, do the 166 of you. And furnace fuel at 3 each, that's still pretty cheap. Let's do that. Stone, I think, is more like 7 or 8 each, so to pay only 3 for something, I'm willing to do that. So 200 for you. Coke fuel, don't really need. Iron might not be a bad idea. I think this time we're going to. So let's do that. So 1770, what came in? Another merchant. Alright, will you stay? Yeah, I'm going to slow you back down while I'm thinking. Alright, survival coats, we're doing great in, so let's do it mostly in that. One more. One more. Oh, that's all of them. 100. Okay. So, what else do we have? Furniture, I don't want to touch if I can avoid it. Let's go with wine. We'll push that one for a while. So, we are overpaying by 60. So, what is that? Pull back another 8. So, 32. And add another 4. Add 1 lumber. That's our convenient item that comes in 4s right now. So, trade and dismiss you. And you are done. Another merchant came in and my little pop-up is gone. A laborer has died. That I expect. But did it give us a little pop-up over here? Didn't notice one this time. I'm confused. Wool barrels, don't need them anymore. Crates, silkworm eggs, we're not going to do in this map. And pewterware. So, dismiss you and thank you much. Alright, house moved in. And a young family came in. Good. And only 14 years old, should get lots of kids out of them. Country house will, does it tell me? The town abode, the country house, family of 6. Okay, so we've got lots of potential for that particular house size. That's good to see. Another one, 30 years old, should get at least 2 kids yet. And we're fine there. School, let's see, how are we doing up here? Here. You are still 2 of 2 working there. Good. Where else are we working? Probably more of these houses? Yeah, right there. The school is something that we should probably speed up. Well, down to 9. Wow. Down and wow makes Dow. So I was expecting 15, 16, 18. We really dropped fast. So we did have a bit of a drop in housing, which dropped our babies being born there for a while. Okay. I was going to prioritize this guy and get this built a little quicker, but probably not that much of a need for it now. So I'll give the, wow, lots of laborers a chance to bring all these materials in. We have logs, we have stone. You'd think that many laborers would have caught up with pretty much every one of our building projects by now. They really haven't. Interesting. Okay. We do have lots of laborers, though. So let's up the builders for now. We'll kind of split them. Let's get this foundry going at as a priority. Get that one out so I notice it again. So priority, let's get some iron being made. And Forester Lodge up in here. Let's get 2 in there. Take you down to 2, move 2 more in. And we're going to need some housing up in this area, and probably a better pathway over here too. We already have log storage right, that's clear over here. One of you, wood storage over there. Okay, so we're going to need wood storage over here. Another young family, good. Pathway and wood storage. You are stone storage. You are material storage. So a lot of our hardwood is heading from this trader right into there. Good. Just as it's probably the same number over here. Here. 166. So the trader over here bought that and it got stored right into this one. Just the way it's supposed to work. So let's put in a warehouse wood over here. And I'm thinking let's take it kind of down. Do we take it all the way down? They're going to use this stockpile for the moment. We'll go to there. They have a little bit more of a walk, but the rest of the town has a little bit less of a walk moving into there. And how best to cross this river? Don't want to run docks across there. We can run a bridge across here. But is there much advantage to that? I mean, they're going to come across here and grab this road, which this one is grabbing too. So it'll be a little bit quicker to go across and get up to these houses. There is that. Huh. I'm worried about docks going across the river and harming the trade route. I was watching Night Ghost's Dougsville series and doing the Water World. And the more that the docks went across, it finally got to a point where it kind of broke the trade route for the merchants to move through. And it's just a matter of locating that one dock piece that was the the straw that broke the donkey's back there. So I'm hesitant to throw docks across a river. They seem to be fine with any of the bridges. So do we want a bridge right here? Here doesn't do us much good for the forest node. That's a crazy long bridge and not very realistic. So I think here is our bridge. Which one? That's the drawbridge. That's the stone bridge, I believe. Well, yeah, no way to really tell. Let's do something different over here. Don't have any bricks. Let's do the wooden bridge. Logs. Let's do the... what do we have the most of? Let's do the stone and wood right here and see what that looks like. Just looking at pathways right now. Yep, we'll do that one. I think that'll work. Let's keep that out where it can be seen. More houses have gone in. We got a trader down here. 33. Alrighty. I've got to get to that merchant, but I just realized these guys are no longer on the screen. So let's do this so we can watch them. And we do need to get this going again real soon. Priority-wise, let's move over to these guys and get them done. That's not it. There we go. Let's do that. I need to get my workers more, these jobs more efficient by not having them walk so far. So let's get some houses back into here as soon as possible. So that merchant, can I click here and go to it? I cannot. I click on that and go to it. Okay, that little triangle right there. You have got leghorns. That's the only animal they want to bring us. Is there a reason for that? Nothing there. Orders, nothing there. Interesting. That's all they're wanting to bring us. No thanks. Not that I'm really looking for any... That's not what I wanted. I want to dismiss. And that X. Okay. Not that I really want any other animals right now. Eventually we will. We'll set up another agriculture area somewhere. Yeah, maybe down here. We come off of this little city with a new food growing area down below it. But we're coming up on 50 minutes or so, or almost there. What do we need to tie up? What loose strings we need to finish off here? We had 2 workers there. So, 2 of 4. 3 of 4. There we go. Now we'll even all this out. You are a cut and plant. You are not a forester. Cut and plant. Cut and plant. Okay. And it seems like I was working on wood storage when I got distracted last. So, warehouse system. Or did I? I did not. Oh, I did. It's right over here. That's right. Move that up on the screen where I can see it. Okay. So, this guy needs a bridge to get to housing. He needs storage for his logs. He's already starting to use it a little bit. Any more iron and stone in this area to clear out to make lots of extra space for the trees, as well as just giving us a little boost in our iron and stone that much faster. Let's go ahead and queue this up as well. I know we have iron here. Don't know if we have any more stone in the area. Yeah, we'll do that. That's going to distract our workers from the projects that are going, but that'll be fine. And we still are going to be running low on this soon. Waiting on this guy to be built. And we're also going to need more of a source soon. Stone, we're doing a lot of building, so let's throw one more worker into there. 2 and 3. Coal, how has coal been going lately? Still in that mid 400 range, just like before. So, although the foundry is going to be using it too. So probably not a bad idea to preemptively get that going rather than have to recover later from a coal crisis. So one more of you and 4. Okay. So an iron source would be a good idea to maintain the blacksmith along with that extra coal source. We got this in temporarily. We're using it here. This would be a good place to have an iron mine. Okay. Let's think about that one. That'll be over here in resource production and ores and minerals. And this guy is our traditional iron mine. Let's zoom in and look at this. This will probably be one of the last things we do this episode. And we can fit one. We have a little bit of variety of position here. Not going to get 2. Doesn't look like it. So squeezing it off to one edge is not important. We're only going to get 1 in here. We might, though, put some other building in between them that fits the theme. What I missed? That back little corner in the top left. Okay, there we go. Alright, that's in, and that's a reminder for next time, too. So these are going. This house got finished. We've got a young family in there. That's fine. And this one is being worked on in time for these guys to be taken down. So 98. Good. We're in. A little bit older family. But let's take these guys down. You go there. Another merchant just arrived. You go there. Hope I haven't missed any nomads this time. Let's hit this merchant and call this one done. Foods, which we don't need. Our health is great. Your health goes up as you provide from the 4 different food groups. And we have got grains, sunflowers. I think grains are here. Sunflowers over there. We've got vegetables. We've got fruit. We've got meat. So we're doing fine. A lot of times I'll take our foods, especially where we've got something that's worth 2, and trade them in for some 1s. Let's just do that. 500. of these guys. We don't really need food. We're still sitting fine, but it'll give us some variety of something we aren't actually growing. So if we got rid of all 500 of the rice and bought 1,000 of something, preferably something that's worth 1. Let's do 500 chilies and 500 peas. So is there a good fruit here? There's grapefruit, but it's worth 2. What have we actually got for fruit? You know, don't know. Let me think about that. Figs. There's our fruit. Okay. So, yeah, that'll be fine. So, we're even? We're even. Trade and dismiss you. Did get one more trader in right over there. Who has brought us logs? No. More hardwood, though. I guess rumor got out that we're buying hardwood. And we do have lots of storage space. So let's do that. I don't know if we're actually going to have a hardwood forester set up anytime soon on this map. So we'll stockpile hardwood, and if I remember to, in another episode or so, we'll get maybe another joiner going and get that going full time. It's a great thing to sell. If you can buy them at 4 and sell them at 30 something for hardwood, for fancy furniture, you know, it's a tremendous markup in value. So let's do 250 of that, and 1,000 survival coats are gone. Okay, we're doing fine there. We just haven't brought them over. So what do we have that's worth anything? We've got wine. That's worth something. Let's do 100 of those for starters. And need another 200. Have we recovered well or at all in furniture? We've had logs pretty solidly this whole episode. So furniture 52. Yes, we have done some recovering. I don't want to use them, though I may use a few, like 1 stack of 20. No, we're gonna go, let's see, 22 would do 8 more? No, 4 more. 4 more. 9. What does that do for us? 2 more. So 1 rice. That's not a 1. There we go. And we're even. Trade and dismiss you. Did another one pop in while I was talking? No? No. So that last noise was definitely not a nomad. Okay. So can I call this one done right now? We still have only 1 of 2. Okay. Things are happening here that aren't making sense. 2 of 2. Again, I hit the gatherer instead. I see. That's what I missed. 2 of 2 and 2 of 2. We're finally satisfied there. Alright. You are being built, because they like to do roads before they do other projects, even though they were queued up first. Young family in there. That's good. Turn you off. Older family moved into there that I just kicked out of one of these tiny shacks, most likely. In between, of course, they're living over here in the boarding house, or we're calling this the town lodging. So otherwise, I don't see anything else that is screaming at me for attention. Still need another church, but that's being built over here. As soon as, actually, all of our houses are in over here. Great. So probably is time to bring this back on again. Though I do want to make sure that these are prioritized. That doesn't work. These are prioritized. Okay. In fact, I'll leave it sitting right there as a reminder. So, melting house, central church, school, mine. I think we're fine here. Okay, let's call this one done. Thank you guys for watching. Hit the like and subscribe if you would. And don't know when I'll catch you next. For those of you who are new to the channel, I'm kind of taking the summer off doing some renovating of the house here, and while the temperatures are quite hot where I live, my little recording studio gets way too hot, though today is a rainy day, so I can't work on the roof, and the studio is only at 80 degrees, so comfortable enough where I can get a couple episodes in. So I'm going to get this one done, and then I'm going to head over to RimWorld and get an episode done. At least that's the plan. So I'll catch you next time, folks. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.